No pain, no gain is a myth. Fitness and bodybuilding performed correctly is not painful at all. No pain, no gain was probably created by bro science lords that visit the gym for a week each year and muse poetic about their suffering. The other myth of sets and reps plays into that one as well. Nonsense like lift to failure or supersets prevent a proper workout. They will cause some temporary discomfort as they shut you down way too early, preventing your body from swiftly adapting. Sure, it will hurt if you run into a wall head first, but you also won't achieve anything. And yes, the first week at the gym will ache a little bit, but only because your muscles are in a dormant state, a kind of a sickly state. Once you awaken them, you don't even remember the pain of the first week or two, unless week or two is all the working out you will do for the year. But then you just trick yourself into thinking that working out is painful. This is exactly the root of the no pain, no gain myth. The initial aches fade away after a couple of weeks, so you have to continue your workout. Do not give up. There is another ache, and it comes from dehydration. It's a doozy. It's a Charlie horse, except that it happens in your back. A Charlie horse in your back will hurt really bad, but you still have to come to the gym and do a tiny little micro motion workout. First of all, you need a bed with lifted back and feet, exactly like in hospitals. What is good for the recovering back surgery patient is good for you. Slip out of the bed and pull yourself out on a chair and kind of belly dance and straighten your back a little. Then you make your way back to the gym as you will be able to walk. And do a little micro dance, a twist and turn, maybe even with light dumbbells if you can carry them. You have to keep going until your back warms up. And here your range of motion will increase every day, and your back may let you go after just 3 days or so, where it would normally take 2 weeks or more. Get a blood pressure monitor before adding electrolytes to your diet. Make sure that it works by testing your blood pressure at the pharmacy, and then add vegetable juice to your diet. That's going to be your primary source of electrolytes. And make sure that your blood pressure does not rise too much. There are millions of reasons for aches of all different kinds. But I would say the big reason for back pain is sleeping on a flat bed while being obese. You need a hospital bed and a daily workout to get the fat out of your body. It's literally poisoning you. There is another kind of pain, the really stupid pain. I can, for example, lift 30 pounds per hand to the beat of very slow songs, but that is 60 pounds on my spine area. It is stupid to even try. When you lift 5 pounds per hand, that's only 10 pounds in total. That is the weight you lose by the time you can lift 5 pounds for an hour. 10 pounds versus 60 pounds is a 50-pound difference, and I would call that severe danger and recklessness. The army has people running with 40-pound packs. The firefighters should be able to carry the weight of a man in some gear. But the big difference is that those activities eat away at their health. This is what they are getting paid for. back problems, bad knees, strange aches throughout. At the gym, you are meant to live towards health, not towards spending your body and turning it into a wreck. I don't know what the limits are exactly. They are probably pretty high, but you pay for them. If you gradually increase your weights over the course of a couple of years, from 3 pounds for an hour non-stop, to 5 for 2 hours, to 8 for 3 hours, then to 10 pounds for 3 hours, and then 15 pounds maybe for 3 or 4 hours, your body will tell you to just stay where you are. You probably won't want to lift 20 pounds per hand. And in addition to that, the higher you go in weight, the less fat you burn. At 5 pounds of non-stop dancing, you are on fire. But at 15 pounds, you are no longer moving as quickly as you could with 5 pounds. You are lifting fewer times, burning less fat, probably, and putting on more muscle. If that's what you want, then that's okay. But usually you want to focus on having a lean body, and that means keeping weights somewhere in the middle, maybe 10 pounds at max. And yeah, there is the injury kind of pain, and you can heal while working out by going around it, by switching to a slightly different routine. This does work well for shoulder blades, but not so good for your feet. I did hurt my foot, and hoping that it would go away after some time, I took a half dose of a popular anti-ache medicine just for a few days. And while my foot did not hurt as much, all I was doing was preventing the injury from healing. So I was just delaying the healing. The nature of this injury was that I was dancing with dumbbells for 2 hours, always leading with my right foot. I only learned the dance move on the right side of my body. One of my feet was thus getting more banged up than the other. The solution to that was practicing the dance move with the other foot as primary. So now I am able to dance leading with left and right foot, and finally able to spread out the pressure, stressing my feet less. The stomach ache comes from cheap protein that contains lactose. Even if you are lactose tolerant, there may be initial discomfort from introducing lactose and just shifting your diet in general. You need to keep testing out different protein products. The lactose contents will vary across them all, and the smart manufacturer that actually wants to make a sale will remove it entirely. Overall, you can just get your protein from some meat and peanuts. Vegetarian protein, however, is probably really expensive, so that would call for supplementation with the powdered one. The serving size is based on your weight, so it's very inaccurate because muscles and fat are just a different configuration of everything. So you just have to figure out what works. If you are large, you already have muscles. You need to burn the fat. If you are eating protein because it tastes like candy, you need to rethink your diet and eat some lean meat instead. It doesn't taste bad. Finally, blisters. First of all, they only happen initially and don't really repeat. So it's like your skin is getting used to a more active lifestyle. But, bad shoes will get you anyway. You can try thick winter socks for hunters to protect your foot from the shoe, but that will result in moisture. Dancing with dumbbells for 3 hours while wearing thick, wet socks will get you in multiple ways. You should recognize 3 main features of a shoe to get the combination quite right. A shoe with a large toe box may actually prevent your toes from having any contact with the shoe. Zero drop shoes have no heel. They are absolutely flat, and that means you won't strike your ankle on the floor while dancing. Not really. A high heel, as you may see in foam sole shoes, will very often hurt you in just days. They will cause a heel bump, which is a kind of a deformity. And the sole of your shoe should match the surface that you are dancing on. Dancing on a rubber surface is very unfortunate. The best surface for dancing is a concrete floor with a layer of tiny sand. But if rubber flooring is all you have, then consider a foam sole. Just make sure that it doesn't come with a high heel. Please trim your foot claws. You have to protect them from getting pulled up by your socks during exercise and especially dancing. If you do lose one, always have an ingrown toenail kit on you, especially if you go on adventures. Ingrown toenails happen because when you lose your first toenail, the skin around it will gently collapse since there is no toenail there. And now the new toenail growing back will bite into that skin that has collapsed. So make sure that it has a smooth ride, that it will slowly push against skin to restore it to its former shape. Be careful when mixing jogging and bodybuilding, because blisters from the new routine you are adding may halt the other. And lastly, bodybuilding is an endurance activity where you start with 3 pounds for 15 minutes and gradually increase your endurance to lift for an hour or more non-stop, and then start increasing the dumbbell weights. The longer the workout, the louder the message and quicker the results. The heavier the dumbbells that you get to, the bigger the muscles. You get 2 gadgets that help you in your exercise. A vibrating interval timer that will gradually help you get to the full hour workout, and music that when fresh will bring you distraction and incredible amounts of energy. You must always aim to enter a dance trance so that your time at the gym will pass faster. And to do that, you simply lift to the beats of your songs. And if the beat is too fast, then find slower songs. Sets and reps, supersets are all bro science myths. The fundamental model for bodybuilding is jogging with progressively heavier dumbbells, and that simply does not hurt at all.